I am back to the source again. It's been a month at least break since my last video, and actually this is a chapter of Back to Source, and we are going to talk about the seeker, the agreement of obstacles while seeking a spiritual path. And I am in Tulum, Mexico, and I think this is a very special place for that. Because a lot of people come here looking for expansion and understanding and clarity, parties and nature. Yeah, there is for everybody here. If you're looking for any sort of excitement or sense of connections, you can jump into that stream of superficial entertaining and at the same time superficial spirituality. It was since 2020 since I started coming to Tulum more often, and it was in 2021 when I get to meet the Mayan people and co-create with them. Not talking about the ones doing ceremonies in the jungle. I'm talking about the ones just living a simple life, doing what they do to be functional in this society to survive. And it was beautiful. It was connective. It was expansive. I found in them beautiful reflections. How simple it is to have a life of joy and happiness. And you don't need nothing really fancy. You don't need to travel the world. You don't need to flash any fancy outfit or have expensive places to stay. They live in a really simple way, but they carry that frequency that most people that comes to those retreats and come to the purpose of connection and expansion. But most of us, not everybody, most of us, we don't see in them that harmony, that priceless balance and happiness that they carry with. And I feel really lucky that I got to co-create with them. Why we do agreements when we come to this existence to go through obstacles? For those who are looking for a spiritual path, for those who are looking for expansion, clarity, healing, letting go, it is symbolic to be in this very moment, because I use nature or the ocean as example of going back to source. Imagine the turtles hatching, breaking the egg, and trying to reach the shore. And I was looking for the ocean, looking for going back to the ocean, where the life is, where the more opportunities for survival is. The path from the breaking the egg to reaching to the shore, reaching to the water, they find all these obstacles. They find the seagulls eating them, all sort of different predators, or they are too far from the shore and they fall into holes, and they're turned back and they simply get dehydrated and they die of exhaustion. And the ones that reach the shore, many of them, they are eaten by animals of all sorts. They just a snack for everyone, just because thousands of them are born. Thousands of people are looking for, seeking for that ocean, for that going back to source, seeking for what they call the spiritual path. Oh, it's not raining. I'm gonna take a little break. No problema. I found a nice palapa, and the rain is not really strong. This is actually super nice. I love when it rains. It means plants are getting fed. So we're using the analogy of the sea turtles hatching and reaching the ocean and finding all these obstacles. It's so beautiful. Finding all these obstacles to find their destination, to grow up, to expand, to become adults, and eventually they find a place to hatch themselves and reproduce. So along the way, they find the seagulls and all the animals that don't allow them to become who they want to be. It seems like we are looking for that, right? No, actually no. Most of us, we are not even looking for that. but it is a tiny rain. It is not a tiny rain. So everything has a reason to be. When we find an all the way people that tries to convince us to live life in a certain way, like myself, I'm one of those two. I sometimes feels like I fall into that path too, trying to convince people to get closer to nature. Do I try to convince people? Well, I do talk about my path, and then it feels like I cannot push it through. Maybe because not everybody is cut up for that. Although we are all part of nature, should we all live a life in harmony and balance between ourselves and this environment? I don't want to become one of those fake gurus. I don't want to be a guru. I don't want to be one of those masters of confusion. This is a confused world. There is so much information out there. I don't want to be pumped with psychotropics or like such a called plant medicine. I know that that's not a sustainable way to go through life. So the ironic part about all this is that we resonate with the misconnection more than the connection. We are one with the misconnection. And the funny thing is that we are never disconnected. Disconnected from nature, disconnected from our source. Splash of light. No more. There's just a few of those who want to follow the path to source. But there are so many temptations along the way. We get seduced by selfishness and appearances. When I see the Mayan people or the Balinese people or the Peruvian people that lives in the mountains away from the big cities, seems like a big cities they carry a more heavy toll to digest if you're looking for finding balance and harmony, because a simple life can reflect into a very complex mind as well as a very humble heart. And you find that in places where there's a prevalence of nature, of the elements. When you look at the easy way the people smile in the mountains or in the jungle, you can tell it reflects harmony. Harmony is priceless. Harmony is what we all want. If we have harmony in our hearts, we wouldn't buy land on the jungle and strip it out of its beauty, building roads and houses. We will co-create with it because we see the harmony in ourselves and it reflects with the harmony that we see around. We'll do more like the Mayans did, create little paths, garden paths along, and very simple structures where you can sleep and protect yourself from the elements, but do not compromise the beauty, do not compromise the balance that already is in there. It's not that difficult. You still can have all the technology, we still can travel outer space. And actually we will find better technologies if we develop our understanding of the universe from a state of balance and harmony, or connecting with the universe itself, which is connected with nature. Nature is the universe.